Hello and welcome to Web Sports Machine. I'm your announcer, Adam Brown, and joining me in the booth tonight, Joe Schaefer. Joe, glad to have you along.
Adam, it's always a pleasure to be here.
Well, Joe, tonight we're coming to you live from Delta High School, where we have the visiting Southside Rebels taking on the Delta Eagles.
Tonight's this game is brought to you in part by Carpets Plus Color Tile and Jason May of State Farm.
Well, Joe, these teams are pretty equally matched on paper. Delta comes in with a record of 2-5 with a win over Cowan and New Palestine. And Southside 3-5 with wins over Anderson Prep and Cowan. And Shenandoah was their final win, their last win that Southside's coming off of. And Delta's really not the same team they were last year.
Of course, Adam. Yeah, this team in particular has had a bit of a hard time. You know, they graduated a lot of seniors last year. A lot of the underclassmen like Mackenzie Rowe, Tegan Dishman, even Erica Persley has had to step up their game to kind of help lead this Eagle offense.
Still early in the season, teams still trying to learn what type of roles they're going to have. And Joe, let's go ahead and give the teams, let's go ahead and give the starting lineups for the Delta Eagles.
All right, for the Delta Eagles, we got number 3, Morgan Cross. Number 21, Erica Persley. Number 33, Tegan Dishman. Number 40, Kenzie Rowe. And number 12, Kenzie Rawls.
Really, what Delta needs to do tonight against Southside. Southside's going to be a much faster team. They run a very fast-paced offense where Delta likes to try and set things up on the outside, work the ball inside a little bit. If they can get the ball tonight to Caitlin Rawls and Kenzie Rowe, they can really open up things as it comes to the arc. Game getting ready to get underway. I'd like to remind you that today's game is brought to you in part by Carpets Plus Color Tile and Jason May State Farm. Starting lineups for the Southside Rebels is going to be number 34, Shelby Cummings, number 14, Whitney Vance, number 20, Morgan Coates, number 12, Caitlin White, and rounding out the lineup, Hadessa Jackson. So both teams looking to try and climb up to the 500 mark. Delta at 2-5, Southside at 3-5. Tip's going to be controlled by the Eagles. So Tegan Dishman will try and set this offense up and put some 2 points on the board for the first time tonight.
Adam, in the JV game, we kind of noticed time of possession means everything in these girls' basketball games. If Eagles can keep the ball for the amount of time, I guarantee you they'll win the game.
First shot from Cross and it falls just short. Jackson driving in, right-handed shot. Now 2-0 score, Southside up early with just inside 30 seconds. Persley for 3. Delta's been a team all season not afraid to throw it up from deep. So back-to-back possessions by the Rebels, almost driving to the exact same spot. This time, Morgan Coates is fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. That foul was on Tegan Dishman, her first, the team's first.
Number 20, Morgan Coates at the line.
Knocks down the first of 2. Now a 3-0 ball game. As I've watched some Delta games this year, they've really had a tough time boxing out. They run a zone defense, which that's the weakness of the zone, is getting offensive rebounds. Now a turnover by the Eagles, the first of the night. Driving all the way in with the right, Rawls with the rebound. So Southside not taking very much time setting things up, just driving in there. Jackson from deep, knocks it down, big shot. Now 5 points for her. Southside has 6.
Southside being very aggressive here in the first quarter.
So Delta tonight running more of a man defense. Back-to-back 3-point field goals by the Rebels, getting out to an early 9-0 lead. That's touched by the Rebels, so the ball is going to stay with the Eagles. They've got to do something fast. It's almost timeout time for Delta and Coach Rebel. Cross with the spin. Foul called on Hadessa Jackson. That's her first of the night. That's the team's first as well. 5:41 left in the first. Eagles yet to get on the board. Southside has 9. Trapped in the corner, no place to get away with it. Southside is just bringing it to him tonight. Jackson driving in. Contact on the shot, no foul.
You know, the Eagles are really taking the time to set up the good shot, but, you know, they're trying to get threes, and that's just not going to work here against a hard-charging defense like Southside.
Driving in all the way. Lots of contact, no foul. The officials letting them play. There's a foul about 50 feet away from the basket. That's on Hadessa Jackson. Jackson already has 5 points tonight, and that is her second foul at the 4:47 mark in the first quarter. A 9-0 game. Southside out on top.
Number 30 checking in. Becky Mann coming in from her 34, Shelby Cummings.
Got our first jump ball of the night. Possession will give the ball back to the Rebels. So far, it's all been Southside. Up 9-0. Just inside the arc, no good. Saved by the Rebels, but it's going to go to the Eagles now on a fast break. Cross driving in. Nothing is falling tonight for the Eagles. Maybe the foul is going to be on the floor. Foul's at number 12, Caitlin Rawls. Her first, the team's second.
Rawls, a 6-foot junior, really taking a great leadership role so far this season.
Got a traveling called on the Rebels. That's their first turnover. Pursley from the baseline. Way long on the shot.
Another Southside takeaway.
It's already 3 turnovers here in the first quarter for the Eagles. 3:51 minute mark, 9-0 ball game. Shot falls. That's an amazing shot by Morgan Coates. Generated a lot of contact, 3-1 up, and it got it to go. 11-0 now for Southside. Rawls from 15 feet. Dishman now on a fast break, going in with the right hand. Another shot and another missed opportunity by Delta. Dishman had numbers, went for the layup.
Number 11, Stacey Sanders coming in for number 40, Kenzie Rowe.
Southside taking their time on this drive, doing a little weave action. Coach driving in with the left. She's fouled, so she will go to the line to shoot 2. Last time she was at the line, she made 1 of 2 foul shots. Let's see what she can do this time. Her team already up by 11.
Knocks down the first.
Same as last time, 1 of 2. Offensive rebound by the Rebels. Got a shot violation now. It's going to be inbounded by Dishman on the far side. 12-0 the score. 2:47 left in the first. I'm very surprised we have not seen a timeout by the Eagles.
Number 40, Mackenzie Rowe, back in for number 11, Stacey Sanders. And Teagan on a fast break. Ball goes out of bounds.
Last touched by the Eagles, or actually last touched by the Rebels, so the ball is going to stay here. And for the first time tonight, Delta is on the board. Now a 12-2 ball game after the 5-footer by Caitlin Rawls.
Caitlin Rawls, being a 6-foot junior, really being able to use her height to help get the ball in bounds.
She's much bigger height-wise than most of these girls you'll face here in Delaware County. But really getting her the ball has been the weakness of Delta's season so far. Whenever she does get the ball, she makes something happen with it, but getting it to her has been the hard part. As Nevings knocks down the first of 2. So the ball's turned over once again. Now 5 turnovers for the Lady Eagles. Jump ball and possession arrow is going to go with the Delta. It's another turnover by the Rebels. Rolls from 15 feet, in and out. And over the back's called on Kenzie Rowe, her first foul, the team's third. Dishman driving in, ball's getting hit everywhere down there. She's driving in, but we got a foul called on the Rebels. That's on Nevings. That's her first. Team's third of the quarter.
Rawls once again using her height to inbound the ball. Shot doesn't go through.
Rawls is actually called for the foul. Rowe now on a fast break. Ball stolen away once again by the Rebels. But it's going to go right back to Delta. Down by 11. So Delta to inbound from the side. 1:15 left in the first. Down by 11, 13-2. Kinsey Rowe with her first 2 points of the night. Now a 13-4 ball game here in the closing minute of the first quarter.
Yeah, Adam, it's only the first score, and to me it seems like Delta's been just so drained, so exhausted by this hard-charging Southside team.
Well, Southside's really taking advantage of the opportunities they've had, and it seems like nothing is falling for the Eagles. They've thrown up lots of great shots, only 2 of them falling. So a foul on Whitney Vance of Southside. That's her first, the team's 4th. 3-on-2 numbers. Tegan Dishman from 15 feet.
Another jump ball. Go down to Southside. Makes 7 turnovers for the night.
Now 27 seconds left here in the first quarter. It's a 15-4 ball game. Got a foul called, I believe, on Southside. It is. It's going to be on Caitlin White. That's her first, the team's 5th. Now 7 seconds left on the clock. Dishman from 3. Couldn't pull the trigger. There's Cross from the top of the key. Can't get it to go. And that will wrap up the first of 4 from Delta High School. Delta down 15-4, and we'll be right back with the second quarter. You're watching Web Sports Machine.
Let State Farm agent Jason May handle all the moving parts to your insurance. Whether it's for auto, home, life, or financial services, Jason May is there for more ways to help and more ways to save. Call or visit Jason May today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back to Web Sports Machine. At the end of 1, 15-4 is the score. Muncie South out on top over the Delta Eagles. Leading scorer in the first quarter was Hadessa Jackson with 5 points for Southside, and she left at the 4:47 mark with 2 fouls. So only playing almost half of the first quarter and leading the team in scoring. 2 players have scored for Delta. It's Caitlin Rawls and Kinsey Rowe, both with 2. Neither team in any type of foul trouble except for Hadessa Jackson, but they are holding on to a 15-4 lead. Southside trying to advance to 4-5. Delta trying to go to 3-5 as teams are getting ready to go back out onto the floor.
Well, we got a short break here. I'd like to say that this game is brought to you in part by Carpets Plus Color Tile and Jason May of State Farm.
So Delta will inbound from the side. Morgan Cross to throw it in. Getting ready to start out the second quarter here at Delta High School. Very hard pressuring defense by the Rebels. And the shots that Delta's throwing up, they're just going in and out. Lots of them are good looks, just not getting the shots to fall. But the ball is going to go the other way now. 7:46 left in the first half. 15-4 is the score. Hadessa Jackson still on the sidelines for Delta. 3-point field goal from the baseline. Big shot by South.
You know, Adam, we talked about the 6-foot junior Caitlin Rawls, but on the contrary, let's look at the 5'3" sophomore Tegan Dishman. Obviously, the height difference. Obviously, has not done anything with her ball handling skills. She's been doing great all night.
So Delta now running a zone defense. Looks like a 2-3. Almost turned over. Delta has committed 8 turnovers to Southside's 2. It is a 18-4 score. Coming from 15 feet, that's her first 2 points of the night.
This is a special game here tonight for Shelby Cummings. Obviously, we know she used to go to Delta, and for her to come back here and get win against her old school would be pretty good for her.
Now 20-4, so the game's slowly turning into a blowout. But still plenty of time here in the early minutes of the second quarter to make a comeback.
Number 11, Stacey Sanders coming in for number 40, Kenzie Rowe.
Breaking the full court press rather easily. Sanders from about 10 feet. And Rawls with the putback. Now 4 points for Caitlin Rawls, makes it a 20-6 ball game. Cross pushing the ball up the floor, taking it all the way coast to coast with the layup. That is her first 2 points of the night. So back-to-back drives, Delta driving in. One with the easy putback and then Cross with the coast-to-coast layup. So Delta starting to show some signs of life. Brought down by Stacey Sanders. Now Pursley is going to pull it out, try and work some offense. Stacey Sanders, another 2 points for the Eagles. They're starting to get on a run, and Southside's going to call a timeout. 20-10 now, the score at 5:30 in the first half. You're watching Web Sports Machine.
Hi, this is Marcella with Carpets Plus Color Tile. At Carpets Plus Color Tile, we don't sell paint or lumber, we sell flooring. We have the largest showroom in East Central Indiana, full of top name brands of carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic tile, laminate, and area rugs. So before you go to the big box store, stop by Carpets Plus Color Tile for the best service, prices, and selection in the area. That's Carpets Plus Color Tile across from the Muncie Mall on Broadway.
And welcome back to Web Sports Machine. Delta's starting to go on a run. It's a 6-0 run exactly. 20-10 the score, 5:30 left in the first half. Leading scorer for Delta is Caitlin Rawls with 4. And leading scorer for Southside is Hadessa Jackson. Actually, it is going to be Whitney Vance with 7. Shots way off on the 3. Tegan Dishman driving in. Initiated contact, got the blocking foul, so she will go to the line for a chance at 2 points. On the year, she's a 67% foul shooter. It's her first chance from the line tonight.
And she'll make the first one.
That's the first points by Tegan Dishman tonight. Now a 20-11 ball game. Delta on a 7-0 run.
And she'll take the second one and go.
So perfect from the line, 20-12 now the score. Jackson from the wing. Wide open on the far side is Pursley. So now Delta only down by 6 points, 20-14. 10 unanswered points. They're doing a good job passing the ball around. Delta's not giving an inch on defense. That's just a bad shot. Any time in a game you can take a bad shot no matter how many passes you take. And if you're going to take the time to set something up, at least take a good shot. Because no matter what time is on the clock, no matter what the score is, you can always shoot a bad shot.
Absolutely.
So 20-14, 4:20 left in the first half.
And 30, Becky Mann coming in for number 20, Morgan Coates.
Jackson from the wing. Southside just loves throwing up deep threes. Now Jackson is fouled, so she will go to the line for a chance to shoot two. That foul is going to be on number 11, Stacy Sanders. Her first, the team's 8th.
She makes the first of two. She makes the second as well.
It's now a 22-14 ball game.
Southside keeping the pressure here on the Eagles.
Either a great pass or a bad shot by Tegan Dishman. Either way, makes it a 22-16 ball game.
Vance for the three, and she makes it.
Big shot by Whitney Vance. Now Delta 3-on-2. Stacy Sanders once again. Sanders coming off the bench now, 6 points, as Delta is on a 14-4 run. Last touch by Southside's Nevings. The ball is going to stay here, 25-17 ball game. Southside wanted a foul. It definitely looked like it, but Caitlin Rawls with another 2 points.
Tell you what, Adam, that high thunder, that is the key to success right here for the Delta Eagles tonight.
Shot blocked by Caitlin Rawls, and Delta is on a huge run right now. They were down at 1 point in time, 14-2, and it is now 25-20. So the ball is going to go back to the Eagles. Another turnover for Southside. That's 5 to Delta's 8. Inbounded, and Dishman throws it away, commits the foul. So Nevings will go to the line to shoot 2. Nevings can't get the first of 2 to fall. Still a 25-20 ball game. 2:22 left in the second quarter as Kinsey Rowe checks back in for Delta as Tegan Dishman goes and takes a seat. Nevings makes the second one, now a 26-20 ball game. We got a foul called on Southside. As Nevings' a second foul. As Morgan Cross goes to the line to shoot 1-1. Gets the shooter's roll. Gives her now 3 points.
Here's 4.
From the wing, can't knock it down. Morgan Cross now pushing it up the floor very fast. Wanted to go all the way, but instead she gets the ball knocked away. 26-21 ball game.
Number 20, Morgan Coates, coming in from her 34, Shelby Cummings.
Stolen away now on a fast break. Going to the right side. Misses the layup, offensive rebound. So Delta now only down by 5, 1:38 left.
Kaylin Rawls once again with the put in for 2.
It's now 8 points for the 6-foot junior as she's helping this team climb back from at one point in time was a blowout, but there's Hadessa Jackson with the three-point shot, now a 29-23 ball game. Stolen away once again. Jackson with the right hand. Misses the layup. And we got a foul on the far side of the court. That's on Whitney Vance. That's Vance's second foul, the team's 9th. So we got a 30-second timeout called by Delta. We're going to take a short break. You're watching Web Sports Machine.
Visit Carpets Plus Color Tile, and you'll find the latest flooring designs and fashions at a price that's right for you. You'll find a knowledgeable staff who will help you choose the floor that's right for your decor and your lifestyle. You'll find installers who are trained professionals who make certain that your installation is perfect. You'll find quality brands like Anso, Stainmaster, and Echo Choice. Visit Carpets Plus Color Tile, and you'll find the perfect floor. Carpets Plus Color Tile, across from the Muncie Mall on Broadway.
And welcome back to Web Sports Machine. 29-23 the score. Muncie Southside out on top by 6 here in the closing minute of the first half. And Joe, at one point in time, this was starting to look like a blowout, but Delta's slowly climbing back into this ball game.
Absolutely. Junior Caitlin Rawls has really used her height to help her team get back in the game.
I mean, she scored 8 points here in the second quarter, really helping her team, like Joe said, getting right back into this ball game. Cross knocks down the first of the 1-and-1. So 29-24 the score. Now 29-25 as she makes both the free throws. Only a 4-point game with 50 seconds left in the first half. Turned over. That's number 6. The 6th turnover by the Rebels as Delta has a chance to make this a one-possession ball game. Misses the layup, recovered by the Eagles. She had Mackenzie Rowe wide open underneath the basket, couldn't find her. So turned over once again, that's number 10. Offensive foul called on Morgan Coates. It looked like Pursley wasn't set, but either way it's going to go back to the Eagles down by 4. 17.5 seconds left in the second quarter. So they might possibly hold it for one last shot and go into halftime with the game much closer than we expected. Got a foul called on Caitlin Rawls. That's her third foul, the team's 10th, so now in the double bonus. So 11.8 seconds left. Southside trying to make it a 6-point ball game. Officials talking something over down around the volleyball line.
Number 34, Shelby Cummings, will come in for number 10, Odessa Jackson.
So something going on down on the floor. They're not going to shoot free throws. Instead, they're going to inbound from the side. 10 seconds left on the clock. Erica Persley going to try and drive in at the last second. Misses the layup. So we're going to go into halftime with a 4-point ball game. Muncie Southside 29, Delta 25. And we'll be right back with the second half. You are watching Web Sports Machine.
Let State Farm agent Jason May handle all the moving parts to your insurance. Whether it's for auto, home, life, or financial services, Jason May is there for more ways to help and more ways to save. Call or visit Jason May today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back to Webb Sports Machine. 29-25 score. Muncie Southside out on top by 4. And Joe, at one point in this game, it was starting to look like a blowout. I mean, Delta in the last minutes of the first quarter and pretty much the whole second quarter went on a huge run. I believe it was a 14-4 run at one point in time to bring them back to this point, down by 4. Leading scorers for Southside is Whitney Vance with 7. And the leading scorer in the first half for Delta is Caitlin Rawls with 8. Pursley from the wing. So back-to-back missed opportunities for Delta here in the opening seconds of the second half. Jackson from 15 feet gives her first 2 points of the half, now a 31-25 score. Vance from 3. Off the back iron, another opportunity for Southside. Left-handed basket goes. 4 quick points for Southside, now leading 33-25. And to Caitlin Rawls, great pass by Tegan Dishman. Delta still running a zone defense. Vance from the wing. That's her second three-point attempt in the second half. She knocks down that one.
Yeah, Southside definitely taking more time to get a shot off and good passes and make sure shots open. Unlike the first half, Adam, where they're just kind of run down the field and just kind of throw a shot up.
You got a foul called on the floor before the shot. And that foul's on Kenzie Rowe, the team's first foul of the half. Her second. I know Delta started out the game down 13-2. And literally, I was thinking in my mind that this game was going to become another blowout here at Delta High School, but instead, Delta's right back in this game. They're only down by 9. It was a 4-point game at halftime, but really just fighting and clawing back and getting every opportunity they can. Absolutely, Adam. A huge player for the Eagles tonight. Caitlin Rawls using her height to get rebounds and putting the twos back in the board. That was Hadessa Jackson with the three-point shot. Makes it a 39-27 ball game. Got a foul on number 20, Morgan Coates. Great pass into Rowe. The shot is good. Back and forth. They keep just passing the ball. The bank is open tonight at Delta High School. Hadessa Jackson, another 3 points. Pursley for 2. Vance from the wing once again. And Southside, just like in the first half, coming out with lots of intensity on both sides of the ball and are really starting to pull away now, 45-31. Rowe gets her own rebound, gets the putback. Another 2 points for Kenzie Rowe. Now that makes her with 6 points. Pass is thrown away. That's Delta's first turnover of the half. That makes 11 for the game to Southside 6. Stolen away by Pursley. But it's going to go right back to the Rebels as she steps out of bounds.
The Eagles showing a little more aggression here in the second half.
Yeah, they came out in the first half very dead and dry. Didn't show much enthusiasm. We're just giving lots of open opportunities to the Rebels. And it showed. They got out to an early 13-2 lead. Same thing's happening here in the second half. It was 29-25 at halftime. Now 45-33. Got a foul called on. Actually, it's going to be last touched by the Eagles. Stolen away by Morgan Cross. Now has numbers. Terrible pass right back to the Eagles. Rose fouled on the shot. That foul's on Hadessa Jackson, her third. The team's second of the half.
And Rowe misses the first of two.
Neving's checking in for Vance.
Rowe making the second as well.
After making the second free throw, Rowe's going to go take a seat as Stacy Sanders checks in for Delta. 34-45 the score. Southside out on top by 11.
Sanders hasn't been on the court too much tonight, but when she does, she makes a heck of an impact.
Dishman pushing the ball up the floor, pulls up from 15 feet. You got a jump ball. Possession, I believe, is going to go back to the Eagles. So Dishman will inbound underneath. Inside to Rawls, and she misses the 7-footer. Driving in, great job by Caitlin White. Makes it now a 47-34 score. Fouls on Erica Pursley, her second, the team's second of the half. Dishman driving around a couple players and almost hands the ball off to Caitlin White. So lots of sloppy basketball going down on the floor.
Southside's momentum is very, it's definitely a change in the first half. Obviously, first half they've been hard charging on both sides of the ball. Now they're hard charging defense. Offense, they're taking their time, slowing down, making good shots.
And mounted underneath. Almost like a 3-2 zone now for Delta. Turned over. Now Pursley going to try and drive in. She's going to pull it out. Falls down, gets the ball back. Turned over once again, and we got a foul on Tegan Dishman.
And coming back in for the Eagles, number 40, Kenzie Rowe, coming in from our 33, Tegan Dishman, excuse me.
Yeah, Dishman with 4 fouls, going to go take a seat. Got a jump ball called. Possession arrow goes back to the Eagles. Now Southside getting the ball off the pass from the top of the key. Big shot by Becky Mann. Percy got away with the travel. She makes the three-point basket. Now a 50-37 ball game. Contact on the shot, but Morgan Coates gets the bucket to go. Now 5 points for her. Carries called on Morgan Cross. Now less than 50 seconds to play. Southside leading by 15, 52-37. Cummings has separation, couldn't pull the trigger. Southside really taking their time on this possession. Really working for a good shot, driving in, misses the layup. Stolen away. Basket's good by 32 Nevings. Now 10 seconds left on the clock. Cross draws the foul.
Cross will headed to the line shooting 2. Cross makes first of 2 tonight.
(54-38) now the score. 5.4 seconds left in the third quarter.
And Cross will miss a second. Rebounded by Southside.
You got to get one off fast. Couldn't get a shot off. So 3 quarters in the books, 54 Southside, 38 Delta as we go to the fourth quarter. We'll be right back with more action. You are watching Web Sports Machine.
Visit Carpets Plus Color Tile, and you'll find the latest flooring designs and fashions at a price that's right for you. You'll find a knowledgeable staff who will help you choose the floor that's right for your decor and your lifestyle. You'll find installers who are trained professionals who make certain that your installation is perfect. You'll find quality brands like Anso, Stainmaster, and Echo Choice. Visit Carpets Plus Color Tile, and you'll find the perfect floor. Carpets Plus Color Tile, across from the Muncie Mall on Broadway.
And welcome back to Web Sports Machine. 3 quarters in the books. The score is 54-38. Muncie Southside out on top over the home Delta Eagles. And really, it was a 29-25 score at halftime, Joe. And Southside just really pulled away with this one. They got a lot of shots to fall. And Delta just started committing lots of turnovers, which Southside took advantage of and capitalized on lots of opportunities, which gives them the score of 54-38, starting out the fourth quarter of play.
Stacey Sanders will come in for the Eagles starting the fourth quarter.
Like Joe mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Sanders hasn't seen much playing time tonight, but when she has, she's made a huge impact, scoring 6 points. Last touch by the Eagles.
People would say, 6 points, yeah, it's pretty good on the night. But the amount of time that Sanders has been on the court, that's pretty good.
Yeah, anytime a bench player scores, any points is a plus. But 6 points from Sanders tonight is a great showing for her. Great pass, and Rose fouled on the shot, so she will go to the line to shoot 2. That foul was on number 12, Caitlin White, her fourth, the team's fourth of the half.
And Earl missed the first of 2 shots. She misses both.
So missing both of her foul shots. Cannot cut into the lead any now, a 56-38 ball game. Shots blocked by Cross, recovered by Cummings. 3 in the key on Shelby Cummings. It's another turnover for the Rebels.
There's almost another turnover by Mackenzie Rowe, and it is.
Back-to-back passes by Mackenzie Rowe are intercepted.
Caitlin Rawls using her height to go up and get the rebound.
Rawls is fouled on the shot, so she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Hasn't made a free throw tonight. Rawls makes the first of 2. Makes it a 56-39 ball game as Dishman and Nevings checks in on the floor. As Rowe and Jackson will go take a seat. So perfect from the line, that try. As Caitlin Rawls cuts into the lead, now a 56-41 ball game. Actually make that 56-40. Stolen away by Morgan Cross, but right back to the Rebels. And Rawls commits the foul. I believe that's going to be the 4th foul on Caitlin Rawls. Allison coached to the line to shoot 2.
Coates missing the first 2.
So missing both her foul shots, almost turned over. .609 left in the 4th quarter as the ball is stolen away by Southside. Nevings driving in with the right hand, makes the shot. Now 58-40. Southside out on top as Sanders goes in with the right hand And Rawls is fouled by Morgan Coates, who disagrees with the call. There was lots of contact. Rawls was perfect from the line last time. Let's see what she can do this time. Down by 18. So she makes one of two, but the offensive rebound by Morgan Cross. Last touch by Southside. So Delta down 58-41, 5:44 left to play in tonight's ball game.
Parsley for the three-pointer.
Almost stolen away by the Eagles. Shot blocked by Caitlin Rawls. Persley back-to-back possessions of 2-point field goals. (58-45) now the score. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Now Tegan Dishman on a fast break. Makes the layup. And just like they did in the first half, here in the late minutes of the ball game, they're starting to make a run. That's 6 unanswered points. From the baseline. That would have been maybe the dagger right there, but instead now Persley on a fast break. Throws up the shot. No foul was called as Morgan Cross tries to rip it away.
Number 30, Becky Mann, will be coming in for number 4, Laser Wright.
Inbounded to Caitlin Rawls. Tried getting the floater instead. She misses the shot, had an opportunity to make it a single-digit lead. So another jump ball, and Southside and Coach New are going to take a timeout, so will we. 4:06 left in tonight's ball game, 58-47. Southside out on top. We'll be right back. You're watching Webb Sports Machine.
Let State Farm agent Jason May handle all the moving parts to your insurance. Whether it's for auto, home, life, or financial services, Jason May is there for more ways to help and more ways to save. Call or visit Jason May today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back to Webb Sports Machine. 58-47 the score. Muncie Southside out on top here in the late minutes of the fourth quarter. As Delta's on a run, they've scored 8 unanswered points, Joe. Do you think there's enough time for Delta to come back in this game?
I think there is, Adam. You know, Delta's obviously been on a nice little run going. And Caitlin Rawls, obviously she's been tremendous tonight, using her height and getting the backboards and getting 2 points. But, yeah, there is definitely enough time for Delta. They just got to not be as sloppy. They need to make nice good shots and capitalize on Southside's happenings.
Shot is no good by Southside. So 3:53 left on the clock as Delta has a chance to make this an 8-point ball game if this shot is good. Instead, Cummings comes down with the rebound. Still an 11-point ball game. one thing Delta has to do if they want to come back and win is take advantage of every opportunity. They've got to score almost every possession and possibly get to the foul line. There, Dishman's fouled on the shot. Tegan Dishman, only 1 point tonight for Delta. That was coming from a free throw, obviously. She goes to the line to shoot 2.
Dishman will go ahead and miss her first, 2.
So this second free throw trying to make it a 10-point ball game. Here with 3:19 left to play.
And she'll knock down her second.
So Delta down by 10 as Southside tries to hold on to this lead. Stolen away by Delta. Now Pursley on a fast break. Got a foul called on Morgan Cross. That'll be the 5th team foul.
Yeah, and being down by 10, Delta definitely needs to capitalize on situations like that where they steal the ball from Southside. And obviously making your free throws. That's really important for tonight.
Kicked by Tegan Dishman. So inbounded from the side. Southside leading by 10 with 2:46 left to play. Jackson from the baseline had a chance to really extend this lead. Now Dishman driving in, makes the right-handed layup. Now an 8-point ball game, plenty of time left. It's going to come down to the closing minutes of this ball game and most likely free throws. Almost stolen away by Dishman. Jackson with the shot and rolls the sides once again, taking advantage of it.
You know, Delta doesn't have much time left here in the game, but they still need to take the time to slow down and really make good shots.
Stolen away by Delta, back to Cummings, and we got a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to the Eagles. We got a 30-second timeout here. Delta is down by 8. You know, Joe, there's plenty of things they could do here, but really their key player tonight is Caitlin Rawls. As we've mentioned throughout the broadcast, she has 13 points. But really down by 8, you don't want to get it to your post player. You got to make some deeper opportunities, the three-point field goals. And that's one thing Delta's not been able to do tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of tries, just Delta just can't make anything outside the ring tonight.
You know, and it seems they're big shooters like Tegan Dishman, Erica Pursley. They've only made one three-point field goal tonight. They've obviously had numerous attempts, but only knocking down one. It's going to be very hard to come back if you're just making 2-point baskets. Obviously, they're going to have to force Southside to the line. They have one more foul to give before Southside will be in the bonus. But they got to score on this drive.
Yeah, they definitely need Caitlin Rawls to step up, get blocks, and get rebounds.
Stolen away, and Southside now leading by 10 once again.
And shots like that will not help Delta's cause.
Go right back, Tegan Dishman.
I retract my last statement.
Close to a 5-second call, and there it is. Great defense, that is, by Morgan Cross. Forcing the 5-second call. We got another timeout by Southside. We're going to take our last and final break. You're watching Web Sports Machine.
When you need customized apparel, Outfitter can screen print and embroider on almost any apparel. We'll put your business, team, or event design on t-shirts, jackets, hats, all of your gear. We've been in business for 19 years, so we have the experience to get your project done right and on time. Visit Outfitter at 1800 North Wheeling Avenue in Muncie or call 765-289-6456.
And welcome back to Webb Sports Machine. Going to be Southside ball ahead by 8, 60-52 with 1:27 left in tonight's ball game. And it's getting that time in the game where Delta's got to start fouling, send Southside to the line. Got a traveling called on Cummings. So a turnover late in the ball game by Southside. 1:16 left to play. But Delta's got to score and score fast. And to Sanders, a 2-point basket. That gives her 8 points on the game. Now 1 minute remaining. Delta down by 6. You've got to foul fast. Got another turnover by the Rebels. And if you're a coach new of Southside, why aren't you telling your players to just hold on to the ball? And they're still trying to score when all they need to do is just really take the time off the clock. Pursley driving in. Dishman from 3. Can't knock it down. That would have been a big shot. It's stolen away once again. Now 25 seconds left. And Morgan Cross makes it a 2-possession ball game and a full timeout by Delta and Coach Rebel. Delta has had their ups and downs in the ball game, and it always seems like they close out the half very strong. Now down by 4, a chance to pull off the upset. Not really if you call it an upset, but an upset in the way that they have played tonight. Only down by 4. It's amazing they're still in this ball game.
Absolutely, Adam. You know, Southside came out, charging hard in both offense and defense. And now Delta's starting to get a run here towards the end of the quarter.
So down by 4, 60-56, 24.1 seconds left. And right now, the biggest thing that Southside can do is not turn the ball over. And if you're forced to go to the line, and if you lose the game that way, well, then you need to go practice more. But if you just turn the ball over and make the mental mistakes, all you need to do is just hold on to the ball and let time expire. Obviously, Delta's going to try and make them go to the foul line. They have one more foul to give before they are in the bonus, as the teams are still talking it over during a timeout. Give you a quick stats update. The leading scorer for Delta right now is Caitlin Rawls. She has 13 points. Right behind her with 8, actually with 9, is Erica Pursley. And behind her with 8 is Stacy Sanders. Leading scorer for Southside is Hadessa Jackson with 14 points. So here we go, Joe. 24.1 left on the clock. Southside inbounds from the far side. Turned over once again, and a foul is called, which will send Morgan Cross to the line, shooting 1 and 1. And if that is what they drew up in the timeout, I believe I need to start coaching high school basketball. (60-56) now the score. Cross has got to knock down both of these. Misses the first one. Delta's got to foul fast. Taking lots of time off the clock. There's the foul. That's the team's 6th foul. So one more, and that will put Southside in the bonus. They've got to foul fast. He's letting time run out. They're going to try and score. Maybe we have an intentional foul.
That'll send number 20 Morgan Coates to the line shooting 2.
So actually they're going to shoot 2 foul shots with nobody in the lane, and then they will get the ball back. So if they can make just one of these, that will pretty much wrap things up. So now a 5-point ball game, 61-56. Now Southside will get the ball back once again, I believe. We got a foul call just as soon as they inbound. 7 seconds now left on the clock. Still a 2-possession ball game, but Delta's got to make 2 threes in order to take the lead, 1 at least to tie. But if White can make both of these foul shots, that will pretty much wrap things up. Offensive rebound. Pursley with the shot, but that will wrap things up here at Delta High School. 61-58 the score. Delta tried coming back, but just fell 3 points shy of the victory. Now Delta falls to 2-6, and Muncie South advances to 4-5. So both teams trying to get up to the 500 mark. Southside becoming 1 game closer tonight as they win by 3. Leading scorer in tonight's ball game is Hadessa Jackson. She has 14 points, and leading scorer for Delta is Caitlin Rawls with 13. So Delta losing by 3. Southside coming up with a victory now, 4-5.
Well, tonight we appreciate all our sponsors, Carpets Plus Color Tile and Jason May State Farm. We'd like to take time to thank Delta High School for letting us do this broadcast here in this nice facility. I'm Joe Schaefer, alongside Adam Brown, and from everybody from Web Sports Machine, so long and good night.